What's up, y'all? It's Steven at Gutter Pop Comics in Buffalo, New York, 1421 Hertel Avenue. It's about 2 in the morning on Wednesday, April 26th, 2022. So happy new comic book day, everyone. Each week we do a little video where we show off what we've got going on for our regulars and our mail order customers. We update our website, gutterpopcomics.com, about a week after we post these videos. So we do that so our regulars and our mail order customers who follow us on social media get first dibs at whatever we got going on. So feel free to call the shop during store hours and we can set something aside for you. Or you can go to gutterpopcomics.com, but it takes us about a week to update it. So get here bright and early, 11 to 7, to check out our stuff or face the consequences. So here a little late, trying to get some reorganizing done. We've got Jackie Davis coming to the store May 7th for Free Comic Book Day, of Underpants and Overbites fame. Very exciting. And we also have Fallon Cook signing at the store May 28th. So 2 things I want to get going. And then also, so we're like reorganizing, kind of, we're going to do a big sale. So it was very painful, but I've been like pruning some of the graphic novels, taking a look at stuff like some very good comics that maybe haven't found an audience yet, or I haven't been able to hand sell. But we have thousands of comics and graphic novels on our website. But for Free Comic Book Day, we're going to be doing a big sale. We're also doing a website sale right now. Also, we expanded our manga section. Sorry for the just kind of handheld. But yeah, so we'll be a lot of mangas coming back into print, and so we expanded our manga section. Store's a little messy right now, but we're just getting things into order. We've got about a week and a half, 2 weeks till Free Comic Book Day, so just just reorganizing, straightening the shelves, and I'm about a minute over my intro time. We also got like a big collection of these little things in. So if that's your cup of tea, come buy them, please. All right, let's get into the video. Thanks so much, y'all. Francis Bacon by Cristina Portolano, the story of his life. Full disclosure, Cristina is a friend of mine, and I also had the privilege of helping to publish Christina's first graphic novel in English, along with my dear friend J.P. Couvert with our 1% Press publishing company. In case anyone doesn't know, JP and I have been running 1% Press for 17 years or something, and it's sort of on indefinite hiatus. We keep trying to have the conversation, are we gonna stop the company? Or are we gonna close it down? Are we gonna boot it back up again? It's just really tough. I think JP and I love each other, and for me it's something it's important to have that connection, so we have a reason to check in with each other, whether it's paying bills or whatever the sense is. But yeah, we're both so busy. I'm super busy with the store, with Gutter Pop Comics, and then he does freelance and has he manages his JP Couvert YouTube channel and all of the role-playing stuff that he works on. So go to jpcouvert.com, and he works for the Revive Skateboard Company. But this was a really great graphic novel about Christina's life, and it's sort of framed by like 80s nostalgia and like Italian culture. I got a lot out of it because, it's like Christine's around the same age as me, but then also like it's sort of like just a slightly different upbringing. And then a lot of it is like has to do with this famous Italian soccer player, football player who recently passed away. So, but this is a great comic, and yeah, I just wanted to have the chance to show it off. So it's like a double entendre. So if you read it, you'll get it later. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that for a minute. Shout out Christina, and also full disclosure, as we get into this. So yeah, let's take a look, shall we? I don't know a ton about Francis Bacon, and I know that they lived a pretty wild life, and their art is super disturbing. So this looks like a pretty straightforward. Oh wow, geez Louise. Well, I'm not sure, but yeah, this looks like a retelling. Wow, I think that's the same font Christina used. So she made a font based on her handwriting, and I think that's the same one, or like maybe a little different, but that's pretty cool. Yeah, no, I'm going to read this. I don't know too much. I wonder if there's oh, sorry, I'm just like reading it on camera. Wow, it's like really, yeah. Man, I didn't mean to do that, but yeah, congrats, Christina. This looks really awesome. Very excited to read that and learn more about the Bake Man. That's what they call him in that. I just, spoiler. What's that game? 7 Degrees of Francis Bacon. I'm sure we've all played it before. Chef's Kiss. This promises romance and cooking. And it looks pretty cool. I haven't checked this one out too much, but is that a cigarette smoking pig? This is does my eyes deceive me? Okay, maybe there's a fantasy element, or maybe that is just like a delusion. Huh. Did anyone ever see the movie Pig with Nick Cage in it? I heard that was super good. Pig by Nick Cage. Department of Truth Volume 3. Super popular series. I haven't read this far. Gets sort of Bill Sienkiewicz-like vibes. I believe that's Buffalo's own Tyler Boss drawing this issue. Special guests issue. Very sharp looking stuff. So yeah, I need to get caught up on this. It looks like we've got a number of guest artists for this. Well, was I straight up? No, Tyler Boss. Jeez Louise. New edition reprint of Black Dog, The Dreams of Paul Nash by Dave McKeon, a very celebrated multimedia artist and comic book maker, famous for collaborations with Neil Gaiman. Very shiny paper, very bad for showing off on a camera, but you get the idea. Very beautiful stuff, very, very harrowing work. But yeah, happy to have a nice, very pretty new edition of this. This is the new hardcover. It's the 8 issues of Decorum by Jonathan Hickman and Mike Huddleston. Very cool series. Very heavy. Geez. It's in shrinky wrap, so I can't really open it. You know, people love that mint, that near mint. That's what sells the comic books. VG Plus won't cut it, you know. So this is another complete like omnibus joint, or maybe not complete, volume 1. This is sort of a run that's been blowing up on the old social media because I think some of the Ribic art is referenced in the new Marvel Thor trailer. But this is a really great run. People love this stuff. I myself really enjoy this stuff. This was part of my, when I opened the store, my friend Adam put together like I'd been kind of out of maybe like superhero comics, and that was part of my, how do you say, my boot camp, comic book boot camp. And then the Jane Foster stuff was like coming out while the store was first open, and so I was reading that all as it came out, and it was very surprising and cool, very powerful stuff. Golden Age Lock and Key. I believe this is a Sandman tie-in. Yeah, so crossover with the Sandman universe. So if you were interested in this, oh my gosh, that's a rough page to open to. That's that is the game we play when we do these flip throughs. But yeah, you know, yeah, you got to buy this if you like either one, or you're not, you know, you're not a real fan of either series. So go ahead and buy both. We already did that one. Come on, Steven. New volume of, they've been reprinting For Better or Worse. Very divisive series. I get a lot of, you know, a lot of fans, obviously, but some derision, like, oh, I hate For Better than Worse. And I wonder where that comes from. I think it's a fine comic, but I remember hating stuff. Hating stuff used to be cool. I would hate like Family Circus or something, and that felt good until someone showed me why Family Circus kind of rocks. So, you know, it's just part of the circle of life, I guess. Missed a couple. So look at the pose on Darth Vader. He is so proud of whatever awful stuff he just did. But just a new omnibus in collecting the 2015 Darth Vader series. Very beloved series by people who love Star Wars. And then I'm having a little bit of deja vu here. I don't know if we had like damaged copies, and this was a restock or something, or maybe it's the fact that I was reading these as the single issues as they were coming in. But yeah, this is like a cool new Constantine book, very good. So I wanted to make sure I at least talked about that, and maybe I have before, but that's okay because it's cool. So if you like Hellblazer, John Constantine, this is highly recommended. So got to get that. Trouble Down South by Andrew O. Thanks to Andrew for getting in touch and letting us know about their cool new comic. So yeah, we bought a couple copies for the store, and this one's pretty, well, it's straightforward as far as like what the content is, but I guess what I mean is like it is a straightforward like retelling of the time that Andrew had some health scares, or a health scare, I suppose. I guess I'm not giving anything away about Andrew's newts. And, you know, I think this comic could be really relatable to anybody who has ever had a health scare, and sort of just like the process that you go through when you just, geez, you know, like you're just freaked out and you want some answers, and you're just getting like multiple, you know, like just different doctors tell you different stuff. And, you know, I just think it's just like a really honest, straightforward, like sharing of this person's experience. And, you know, I read it cover to cover and I wanted to know what happened. So it does have like a lot of really cool, like process stuff and just like, yeah, like, Chester Brown-esque, notations and stuff. So very cool. Thank you, Andrew, again, for getting in touch. Also, thank you to Matt Emmons for getting in touch about having us carry copies of this. I think the next couple of things, some of these comics I'll be showing off are from like 2021, but it's just like one of those things where like, there's just, we do our best, but we can't always keep on top of everything. So I had actually thought that we had like been a part of this Kickstarter, so I don't know what happened, but I think Matt put a call out maybe on their Twitter or like Instagram or something and was like, what are some cool comic book shops to contact about carrying this book? And I'm very grateful to whoever recommended us or whatever the case was. I feel like I maybe know the person who did, but I just can't recall in this very moment. But yeah, we had ordered, Matt had like worked on the Dagger anthology, so we put in an order to make sure to be getting anything else that they are putting out. And I need to log into my Kickstarter account and see. It's been a while since I've logged into there, but maybe we never donated to this, or maybe I thought I did and just goofed it. But a really cool, innovative sci-fi story, very beautiful art object, definitely highly recommended. So yeah, we now have copies of this beautiful hardcover book. I don't know if, these are gonna go in, this is gonna go in the graphic novel section, but I figured I'd show it off in the small press because it is like self-published or at least like kickstarted. So very cool. Thanks again to Matt. So I'm friends with John. I think it's, oh man, I'm so sorry. I'm going to say the wrong name. So this is like a joint comic by Stephen Murphy and I'm so sorry, John Rovnek. We're friends on Facebook, but yeah, John wrote a really cool book called Page to Panel and does a really cool like Facebook group examining like comic panels. But this was like a really cool creative like comic that was like by, it's sort of like a collaborative effort. And the art is sort of telling a story while like the text also tells this story of like somebody's relationship with comics and trying to maybe maintain that like a healthy degree of it. And so I thought this was like really cool. And then also as the comic goes on, you get like more and more like letters and that almost like starts to steal the show at some point where, yeah, like the themes and concepts that they're exploring, I don't know, it's really cool and I'm really looking forward to more. So it's like these guys are definitely doing something cool. It's sort of like deceptively like, they kind of come in short little bite-sized bursts. I'm even thinking about selling these all as like a bundle. Like we have a bunch, but I'm thinking they're like a little more powerful like in a chunk like this, like the way I read it. So anyway, very cool, and thanks for selling those to us. Wow, I guess I'll just thank everyone tonight. Thanks everyone. Yeah, so we bought some books from Cam, and Cam was nice enough to sell us a couple copies of this. I think this is like Vacation 3, right? It's like the third. Yeah, and so I read the Vacation that Strangers put out, or like Distroed, or whatever the relationship was exactly, but I loved it. And then I read this when it came in this week, and I also like really, really loved it. They're just like really very, okay, so like they're like little slice of life vignettes that kind of like cut and then like tell a bigger narrative. The narrative is still very like small and grounded, but I don't know, like there were just like little actions and like little like the characters would have like little exchanges that would like kind of reveal something about the personality, or like, I don't know, I just like really got a lot out of the dialogue or the way I don't know, like there was just something like super effective about like the storytelling to me, just like The Ring, and just like, you know, I felt hot and bored and like, you know, I guess I felt like hot physically, not like attractive. Anyway, so like just great comics. We've only got a couple copies of these. We won't be able to get them again most likely. So scoop these up if you can. Also, Cam, your comics smell great. I don't know what that is, what sort of incense you're burning or like what the deal is, but yeah, great smelling stuff there. So that's that. Next up, I don't know who to thank for this one, but this is like a porn comic, Smut. It's right there in the name, Smut Comic 2. I believe these are all like cartoonists from Greece, or at least the publisher is based in Greece. And yeah, I checked out some of this and I thought it was really awesome. I literally cannot show off any of it, but all the creators have like different styles, and it was just very like cool human hooking up little short stories, you know, very graphic, very very smutty. Oh, dare I? Well, we can see a little slap, but I would love to show off just all the different styles because it's very varied. So if that first one didn't necessarily work for you, yeah, I just can't show that one. But very cool. So, you know, if you're interested in like, you know, porn comics or spicy joints, as we like to call them here at the shop, that's a very cool comic. And a bunch of cartoonists I'm unfamiliar with. So some really cool looking stuff in there. So I'm looking forward to like learning more about a lot of those folks. Well, so we've got like a whole stack of this, like, let's see if I can go through it. So this is like a zine out of Oregon. Oh, I'm sorry, I meant Horrigan. And yeah, we got like Colin Bunn is like a comics person. I think they're in Portland. So yeah, no, these look really cool. That's the back cover. Steven, come on, man. But oh, Steve Niles, shout out Grey Matter, one of the greatest bands of all time. So yeah, just a cool looking horror zine. I think they got in touch with us, and you know, I love zines and I love horror stuff. Yeah, thank you. I'll thank my girlfriend Caitlin for kind of like getting me into horror stuff. I think I wasn't so into it before I met her, and she's like done her best to educate me on like the value of horror culture and jeez, okay, yeah, I should say something like really pretentious and like. Like, you know what I mean? Like very like, yeah. Oh, hey, I love that comic. There we go. Get me out of that train of thought. Well, so I mean, like this seems to be celebrating a lot of the like trashier, fun side of horror. I guess right across the street at the North Park Theater, a literal 100-year-old theater. That's our guy Stephen King, right? Man, they're screening that person, The Northman, and that person does like that elevated horror stuff that people talk about now. And so that's sort of where my head was going. I know that we're going to go see the new Ari Aster flick Men, so I was going to say something very like romantic about horror movies, like, you know, to quote the band Trophy Wife, sing what scares you, you know, like this idea of you know, like, you know, in horror, I think for a lot of people, what's valuable is confronting, like, just like ugliness and violence and death specifically, and sort of like making it maybe like a trashy good time instead of like this like really incomprehensible thing. So, that's my that's my stance on it, and I'm not gonna cut that. So here we go. So when you've read as much manga as I have, you look at a comic like this and you're like, this can go one of two ways. It's like either the cat has been like reincarnated as a gamer in another world, or the gamer has been transformed into a cat and has to like watch their roommate like suck at Elden Ring, and they're like powerless to like stop them or communicate how to play the game better or something. So, you know, that's like your only two options when you make a comic called Cat Gamer, unless you come up with a third option, which is gamer adopts a cat. I just didn't see it coming. So 29-year-old office worker Riku has an obsession with video games, and then she adopts a stray cat. And I'm like, okay, but you know, it's pretty touching. You know, maybe a little socially awkward person who's pretty into video games has to like kind of open up to this cat, and or like in the sense of like has to like, you know, take care of it and reassess their responsibilities, like less video games, more taking care of the cat. And if you like cute cat comics, it's got all that kind of stuff. So not what I was expecting, obviously, but yeah, very cute and heartwarming comic about cats. A cat, one cat, and one gamer. So I have a handful of customers who have been reading this, and pretty much every time they pick up a volume, they're like, geez, you know, I've been enjoying this, but I think I'll probably drop it after this one. But yet they never do. And so there's got to be something to this one. And it looks very charming. Just like, don't really know what's going on. Haven't read it. But yeah, that's like always a good sign when I have customers who, you know, just stick with a series or whatever. So looks very fun. I mean, whose senpai isn't annoying sometimes? This looks really beautiful. The music of Mary, but sort of a steampunk-y, you know, cyberpunk, I don't know, you know, high fantasy kind of thing, epic fantasy. I don't know what any of those genre qualifiers are, but just really, really strange and beautiful looking. If you're into like weird fantasy, maybe if you're into Mobius or anything like that, it just has that vibe. So this is like a complete graphic novel. I'm so sick of having to deal with genre. We've been like organizing the shop, and it's just sort of like, when the shop was small, it was just like, I kind of just had everything like on top of each other. It was just like comics, and now it's like agonizing over all the different, like should I have shown that off in graphic novels or just manga? But man, that stuff drives me nuts. But that looks like a beautiful comic that I can't wait to read. I really like this creator, and they did a comic I like called Sweetness and Lightning, and I really loved that series. It was very, very wholesome. And this looks like more of the same. I don't mean that like in a bad way. I think a space, I don't know what this comic is about. I'm going to say it is about a space princess who meets a comic book artist, and a wackiness ensues. Maybe they fall in love, maybe they don't, maybe they're engaged to marry. Maybe they're not from space, but they're definitely a princess. So looking forward to that one. This looks cool. I thought it was going to be more of like a straightforward, like Shonen Jump kind of style comic, like a fight comic, but it's got like this like cool, like, I don't know what the word is, like detached line, like the line quality. It's just like very sparse, or like, I don't know enough about drawing, but it's like, it's not quite a dead line, but it just has this like there's not a lot of, I don't know. It just has a cool look to it. It just looks a little different than a lot of the other like more actiony manga. I can't quite, it's like almost like got a webcomic energy. And again, I don't know exactly what I mean by that, but Oh, geez, I feel like I'm just flipping to talking heads, but I saw some really cool panels, I swear, when I was flipping through this earlier, and it just looks really cool, and I hope I get to read this. I hope I can carve out the time. Okay, I got two like manga Japanese comics in shrink wrap, meaning that they have lots of stuff in it that I can't show on camera. But I started reading this one, and it's like a real bummer, but it seems really good. So it's sort of examining like power dynamics between men and women, and like in the workplace, and like in sexual situations and stuff. So it is a total bummer so far, but I'm gonna keep reading it, and it just seems like a very like it has something to say, and it seems very like it seems like that this creator is going for it and like really trying to explore something. But it was pretty rough, so like a content warning on that one for sure. And then this one is more of like traditionally smutty, although it has like a little bit more to it, but it's sort of well, you know, like we're on volume 3, but it's like volume 1, which is the only one I've read, is like, you know, she reads her partner's journal, and it's very turned on. But don't read your partner's journal. That's just such a bad, don't do that. Only wackiness ensues when you do that. But that is all of the manga that we got in this week. All right, for our single issue comic books this week. So single issue comics are hard for me to talk about because, you know, they just came out, and hard to recommend unless it's a new #1 featuring John Romita Jr.'s Return to Spider-Man. After 60 years, I'm just kidding, 60 years of Spider-Man is what I'm sure that is meant to indicate. So I'll just kind of go through, but if you go to our Instagram, you can see any of the variant covers we get, or we post everything. So like if you want to see all the Carnage variants, I would maybe go to our Instagram or our Facebook, where we maybe post in a little more detail. But this will just be like a little flip through, try and call out anything of note this week. I mean, some really cool stuff, but hard to recommend when it's in the middle of a series. Friend of the show, Jim Rugg, concludes his Hulk Grand Design. We still have some signed Jim Rugg stuff if you're interested from his visit to the shop the other week. And this was really fun, and I think it plays to Jim's strengths as a designer and artist a little bit more, because he gets to do like the fun, like crazy stuff. So yeah, like the Hulk run, like the first half is like kind of retro, and then he really gets to like, as he gets into the 80s and 90s, I think it really like, yeah, it really gets intense. So really cool. So congrats to Jim. The Joker, Death of the Justice League. That's like kind of like Excalibur. Really love this comic. Very, very cool, like D&D. You know, just celebrating like, you know, folks who are into D&D and stuff like that. So very cool comic. Very popular series, Monstrous. I don't need to say anything about stuff everyone already knows about, but I will try and call out if there's, here, you know what I need to do? I need to move this stack, put it right here. I like this illustrator a lot. First issue is really fun. It's like Captain Cold or whatever. Leo Max is the guy, but this is the second issue, so pretty cool looking thing. Trying to get that stack keep that stack from falling over, and I'm having mixed results. So what's the move, Steven? All right, sorry about that. Technical difficulties, but it's getting pretty late in the night, and so I shan't be restarting the vid. I don't know why I just didn't pick it up again. The conclusion to The Last Ronin. So this has been a long delay. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin. Very cool story about what if there was only one turtle left. So very, very cool to see that come to its conclusion. This is that new Ashley Wood comic. Chris Ryall and Ashley Wood, 2 of 4. So it's like the return of the Zombies vs. Robots classics. But always happy to get new Ashley Wood drawings. Really cool stuff. So that's everything in the single issue comics this week. So very excited to see this Sci-Fu Volume 2. I really liked the first one that we've had in the store for a really long time, and I always recommend it to kids. And the new one looks really great and like really dense. So very happy to get this in the store. I think a lot of kids would really like that. Whoa, is that like an MF Doom? It's like an MF Doom kind of reference maybe. But yeah, this looks really great. Really, really impressive coloring. Really pops, or the printing and the coloring on this one. Like sometimes this digital style doesn't look great. Like it's always a little too dark when printed like that. But man, that looks great. So psyched to have that in the store. I love this series. Again, I'm having like deja vu. Like I feel like we've been like unboxing our comics a little earlier to make sure we catch damages and stuff, and I think it's causing my brain to rot, because I definitely looked at this like last week. But this is like one of the most like beautiful, best drawn comics I've ever seen, and it is like just an excellent adventure comic. And I really, really hope that it catches on with like Boneheads and Amulet, fans of the comic book Amulet, and other kids' books, because man, this is just amazing looking stuff. So yeah, we're gonna push that one pretty hard, I think. Cat massage therapy. This is like a kid's manga, middle grade. It is a cute cat comic. I am unclear if the cats are the masseuses or if they massage the cats. But either way, hilarity ensues. And then a Spider-Gwen Deal with the Devil. This is like a Marvel collection of Spider-Gwen comics sort of aimed at younger readers, kind of more, like middle grade to young adult stuff. So perfect if, these are, like there might be like a minor curse word or something, maybe the CRAP or something, but, these are fairly tame and not going to have anything that wouldn't be in like a Marvel movie. So, there we go. That gets you that teen rating. But yeah, really sharp looking stuff. So the newest addition to our Artist Edition collection, Dave Stevens, The Rocketeer, one of the best artists of the 80s, and a pretty good movie, I would say. There might have been a moment when that was the best comic book movie. I don't know. Maybe not. So I think it came out after Dick Tracy and the 89 Batman, but still, it would have been in like the top, I don't know, 5 or 10. So these are like scans of, and I can almost fit it in frame or whatever. Yeah, artist editions are giant books. I had to raise my tripod, my mic stand, and they're like scans of the original Bristol board or artwork, and so you can see like the like the under penciling or just like the penciling, under drawing is what I meant to say, and so I can see that like for this it's like that the lettering was pasted on for some reason. And yeah, these are the best to me, where it's like you really get to see. Usually there's pretty cool notes as to like, if it's like really photographed or if it's a scan or if it's maybe like a Xerox or something. But yeah, you can see like the paste up here where they printed out the logo. But yeah, just really exceptional drawing. Looks great in this format. I never really, I've read these comics, but like looking at this, I mean, he had to have been looking at Betty Page. I just never made that connection until now. Or maybe just that, you know what I mean? Like that looks photo referenced almost. I think like when you say photo reference, it immediately feels like you're making like a knock or something, but it's really not. Cool Zippo tone or whatever that's called, like application there. Sorry, this is my first time looking at this, so I'm kind of like entranced by it. Yeah, so what I don't know is what I'm looking at when it's like you can see like maybe just like these boards have faded more than the ones on the right. Yeah, as I I'll spend a little time with this and like learn about the source material. Sorry, as I zoomed out, I just can't get it quite center, so I'm sure that's like a little obnoxious that it's not like perfectly in frame. But it's a big book, and I had to like figure out how to get it in cam without having to do like an absurd amount of work. Wow. So yeah, if you're a fan of any of the this is just like incredible to me. Just really great looking stuff. Part 1. I'll flip through like for another 5 seconds. All right. Pretty cool. All right, thanks so much. All right, thanks so much for hanging out, y'all. I guess there are no toys that came this week, but we got some new consignment items. So we got some expensive comics going up on the wall. So if anything looks cool to you, come on by. We're hopefully we got our eBay store up and running again, and then these are a little on the cheaper end, I believe. They got out of order, but yeah, it's like going to be adding stuff all the time. Stuff's going to go up on the wall and then into our eBay store. So check that out. Gutter Pop Comics on the ebay.com. Thanks so much, y'all. Take care.